let's look at the context we're living in. So we're living in the information era, and what that means is that we can access the whole power of knowledge almost instantly through the internet. We can connect with a person from another side of the world almost instantly too. But with all of this increasing possibility, there seems to be an increase of paralysis. So we start to weigh all the pros and cons of the possibilities we have, and then we are either completely interested in everything, or we really aren't interested in anything in particular. And this applies to, you know, jobs, relationships, you know, careers. But with increased amount of options, we're actually having more trouble deciding what we want. And even if we decide what we want, even if we say, okay, this is what I want to do, we think, was I doing it because everybody else was expecting me to do it? Did I decide to do this because I am conforming to the sort of general standard? Do I really want this? And so even when we have made a choice, we're still kind of regretting that choice. And let's say we actually are convinced that that's the right choice, but then it's a question of, is it making me happy? And in some way it seems like in these days being happy is kind of what is expected from you all the time. And even what we expect of ourselves, we're like, oh, like I'm not being so happy, like what the heck is this, right? And it's like we don't value the importance of just getting it wrong sometimes. We don't really honor the struggles. So that's one thing, this sort of obsession with happiness. And even if we're happy with the choice we made, we're already thinking, what's the catch, right? Like we're already thinking, oh, because I'm having so much fun, or I'm enjoying this so much, or everything just seems to come together so well, there's gotta be a calamity coming, or I gotta prepare because this, like, whenever this happens, then I get down, or something really bad happens, so I better not be so happy. And so that's a tough one. And finally, we even go so far as to say, okay, I'm happy with this. It's finally what I was looking for. But then we get so caught up in, God, I gotta do it even better, or I gotta have more, I gotta do more, I gotta be more, right? And we are just never enough, right? It's this sort of mindset that has pervaded all of us and is still right there every time, even though we've never been so economically wealthy. We've never had the ability to combat illnesses with this accuracy, and really we've never been able to live this longer. And you can just look at the work of Steven Pinker, or even though inequality still, you know, increases, the sort of standard for everyone is getting better, and first, don't usually see that way, and second, because we are comparing ourselves to each other, we feel inadequate, we feel not competent enough, not good enough, and so we sort of self-flagellate constantly with our own thoughts. Really, it's not like they're telling you, hey, look at me, I'm cool and you're not. It's not like that. Obviously. And the thing is, even with all of this amazing progress that we're doing, depression and anxiety disorders are still on the rise, and suicide remains one of the first causes of death worldwide. Right? So I really think that we have to be able to see each other for who we are and start having these conversations, because it's important and it's all around us. We can't keep trying to hide the elephant in the room. So this is where I think this project is taking me, because for me, the reason why meaning is on demand is because of all of this shame-based fears, depressions, anxieties, and pursuits of happiness that really never end and never get you satisfied, or just get you drinking or just becoming addicted to something, or just doing things that really don't add to your life anything positive. And yet we fall into these things because there is no meaning underlying in our lives. Like, how exactly are we going to choose which are the values that work best for us? With the rise of depression, we need to answer the question of dignity. With the rise of artificial intelligence, we have to be able to answer to the question of free will and what makes us human. And with the rise of anxiety and this sort of dissatisfaction, disengagement, and cynicism, we have to be able to get our values straight. And I think permeating in all of these questions, it's the idea of meaning. So what makes life worthwhile? Through time and in the present moment. If we're going to answer this question, we pretty much have everything else covered.